Hey, little buddy, it's me, Fat Dog. Oh, pass me the ham. Mendoza. Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome once again to Toon Jam. I am Matt.
And I am J-Man.
And together we are Toon Jam. We are watching today. I don't know why I did that. Today we are watching the animated classic.
Yes.
Fat Dog Mendoza.
Yes.
Now you may or may not remember this. Many people don't. This is one of them, isn't it? That's like,
yeah.
If you remember it, you remember it. Otherwise, you don't. Little bit of background information on Fat Dog Mendoza. Did you know that Fat Dog Mendoza is a British animated children's show?
Huh?
Yeah.
British?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't know this either. We did this thinking we were fully accommodating for our American audiences, but no, actually it was
failed.
a British animated show, first shown on Cartoon Network Europe, co-production.
Wow. I never.
So, what was it? Yeah, the show follows a smart-mouthed dog who is incredibly obese.
Yeah.
That's what it says. This is just a bit of info I'm reading off the old Wikipedia page. So much to the point that he is a ball shaped with small stubby legs. He's basically a face with legs and a tail.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a Pac-Man dog type
Yeah.
thing. Other characters include Little Costume Buddy, Piranha May, and Onion Boy.
Yeah.
The episode we watched was Forgotten Fat Dog.
Forgotten Fat Dog, yeah.
Very disappointed to see that Onion Boy wasn't in it.
No.
I remember him being particularly a good character, but never mind. It's a group of kids that they try to fight crime in a fictional neighbourhood called Neighbourhood X, and it says they try to search for justice but often fail humorously. So the series aired from 1998 to 2001. And interestingly, never aired in the United States.
Huh?
Whatsoever.
That's so weird.
Yeah. The cast are either American or had American accents.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But it was also based on a Dark Horse one-off comic book of the same name.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Very weird. So all this weird stuff about Fat Dog Mendoza, we never knew.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Not us.
Not us. It is a strange concept, but certainly an interesting one.
I'd like to read that comic.
Yeah, I would like to read that comic, but you know, not now.
No. Hold, while we read the comic.
So let's start off with our memories. So I've already touched on Onion Boy. A fond memory, and he was a boy with an onion for a head.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I remember most about the show, because every time he scratched his head, he started crying.
Yeah.
Because he was an onion. I remember when I first watched this show thinking, this is crap. But then, after seeing a couple more, thinking, actually, this is quite a good show.
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe it got better as it went on.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or just got used to it.
Yeah.
Not really sure. But I do remember it. I do remember the theme tune.
Yeah.
Fat Dog. Mendoza. Fat Dog. Mendoza. And then it just sort of went like that for ages, didn't it?
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding.
ding.
It's got a proper American feel to it.
It has, yeah. Like from the opening.
Really surprising that it's
Yeah.
a British made.
I know. I'd never have guessed that.
Yeah. But it doesn't look like a usual Cartoon Network cartoon in the fact that you can tell it's all done on a computer.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's all very block colours and which a lot of the CBBC, CITV cartoons. You know, when you think of like Dennis the Menace and Gnasher.
Yeah.
Stuff like that were a bit like that as well. So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the theme.
Yeah.
I was like, I used to sing that. It's one of those, you know, like when your brain's like kind of on autopilot.
Yeah.
And like this theme would get stuck in my head.
Mendoza.
And that bit where it's like do 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 do.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's just like constant. That's like my brushing the teeth theme.
Yeah.
It's just in my head when I'm brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
For a long time. Like it just wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
But I remember it being on at like quite late night. Like sometimes on Cartoon Network.
I think at first it wasn't.
Was it?
I'm sure it was on like when he got home from school.
Right.
Because they must have been pushing it because they made it. If it was their first made one, they probably. But then probably
it got
popular,
shifted.
so shifted.
Yeah,
it to
because
later.
when I caught it, it was on like, you know, when there's just when it goes into the sort of late night cartoon stuff, and there's just stuff that you've never really seen.
Or maybe it hit that crowd a bit more because it was a bit more zany.
Yeah, and
so that would have been the time when you had like Space Ghost and is it Home Movies? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think that's what it was called. Yeah,
Baby Blues.
Yeah, that kind of
those
stuff.
kind of ones. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like I remember catching it there at my cousin's house and being like, "What is this?" And it just be looking hilarious because the dog was so fat.
Yeah.
Like,
it is like such a weird looking show.
Yeah, it is. So that was. I remember being captivated by it pretty much straight away because it had a cool theme and a weird dog. So I was like, okay, I'm on board. But yeah, that was
so reasonably fond memories of Fat Dog Mendoza.
Yeah.
So let's do a little playthrough of Forgotten Fat Dog.
Rewind. Playthrough.
So we start in their little house, which is in a little cul-de-sac, which would make you think that it's in America, but
it's very suburb related. Yeah. But then again, if it's based on based on a possibly American comic book, we don't really know who made it or anything.
Yeah. So we're in their house, and basically little costume buddy is like ready to go out and fight some crime, whereas Fat Dog's like making himself look pretty or whatever. And
he's like brushing his teeth, like, "Hey baby."
Yeah, and he's like, "Fat Dog, you look so fat."
he's so proud of how fat he is.
He's really happy with himself,
and he's got like a proper. His face is so weird. It's like a man's face.
Yeah,
he looks a bit like Thanos.
Doesn't
he? Like,
he does.
But if he just had legs under his chin.
He's just such a little.
If that was the revelation in Avengers Endgame,
oh man, what a treat!
That
he turns out to be
like nothing in that film.
Yeah.
That they do could top that as a revelation.
Yeah.
That would be like, shut
just
up,
like,
shut the front door.
That's it. 10 years in the making.
Did not see this coming.
It's Fat Dog.
First ever Marvel Dark Horse crossover.
Well, we can only wait now and see. And so they're about to go out and fight crime, which is what they usually kind of do when Fat Dog, little costume buddy's like grandpa turns up.
Then they're going to a Mongolian barbecue, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
for dogs and their boys. Or you can eat Mongolian boy for dogs and their boys.
Yeah. It's just like like this weird, bizarre place where they go, like. And then, so there's a knock up. Well, as they open the front door, this grandpa turns up, who looks like basically him in 50 years.
And his name's old Grandpappy Buddy instead of little costume buddy. Yeah.
And so he comes in and starts chatting their ear off, and he basically like sits down on the couch and starts like
just tells them the most
reeling off these
stories.
And like little costume buddy even has a flashback of the last time he tried to tell him a story, which kept going as he grew up to the 80s.
It was like years of one story about peas.
And so they come up with a plan to like actually escape. They take a picture of themselves standing next to each other, and then they tape that onto his glasses, don't they? And so he keeps on reeling off the story, thinking
they're right there.
Yeah, they're pleasantly smiling back at him. And so they're about to head out when he brings in a gift for his like little costume buddy, and he said he'd got him a gift, and it's a blue dog that looks exactly like Fat Dog.
Yeah.
But he's blue and he's got glasses.
Yeah.
And his name's Brett.
Brett.
Yeah. And he's sort of he talks like he's a bit more gentlemanly than Fat Dog, and so they're trying to sort of figure out how they're going to go to the barbecue because it only allows a boy and his dog. And
well, no, it's the other way around, isn't it? It's a dog and his boy.
Dog and his boy. Yeah,
dogs, like, for some reason I'm not really sure, but Fat Dog like the boy's like his pet or something.
Yeah, it's like dead weird. It's a strange thing.
Yeah.
And so this whole episode is basically about Brett coming in and disrupting the Fat Dog, basically.
Yeah, just basically being a better dog.
Yeah. And so he starts cooking, and he's like a pro cook apparently.
Pro chef.
And he makes pizza and ice cream, which is Little Costume Buddy's favourite.
Yeah.
And then he's also figured out an amazing way to get rid of the dishes, which is to just lob them straight in the bin, which kept making me laugh.
It's like, it's that easy.
Yeah.
Wow.
We keep applauding each other for binning the dishes.
But then, like, when Fat Dog has a go at it, he just fills the bin up and ruins everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
And so, like, basically Brett steps in and starts doing everything better than Fat Dog. He eats with a knife and fork, he cooks, he cleans, he does everything. And so, like, over the next few days, it seems,
it's that classic storyline of like the replacement, basically.
Yeah. And so Fat Dog basically he hatches a plan where he sort of starts crying to himself out loud next to his bike, like, oh, I better not like just bite down on these tires or whatever.
I'll make sure this doesn't happen.
Yeah. And so when he goes to fetch Little Costume Buddy and comes back to find Brett like chewing on the bike.
Yeah.
And then they sort of end up chasing him down the street.
Yeah.
Onto a bus. There's a very intense chase scene.
Well, it's every time he turns around, they're on a seat closer.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
They chase him out into the street, and then they manage to sort of get him down on the floor.
Yeah.
And then suddenly a zip appears on the back of Brett's back. And then it's time to find out who Brett really is.
Yeah.
They unzip the costume, which we didn't know was a costume until right now, and find that it's a sock puppet.
Yeah.
That
hates
the Brett
Fat Dog.
costume. Yeah, because Fat Dog ate his girlfriend apparently, and so they
fish his girlfriend out of Fat Dog's mouth.
Yeah.
He's obviously just eating everything inside.
Yeah, and then it's like a weird ventriloquist sock puppet man comes up and takes the socks up and
he's like, oh, I found it, Lefty, I found you.
And then he's got like sock puppets on each hand and then one on his foot.
Yeah, so
and they're all having a conversation. And then he walks off and everyone's pretty much happy.
Yeah, and that is the end.
That's the end.
Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Okay, so my first thought when I finished watching it was, what is going on?
Yeah.
It was just, I like my zany, but just like, what? It was very bizarre.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it that it was, but it was very.
Yeah.
That ending was like.
Yeah, what a weird.
Did not see it coming.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Shyamalan business going on there. Like, it was a sock puppet.
That was like nearly as big as it would be if in Avengers Endgame Thanos sprouted legs and a tail from his face.
Yeah.
And the music just started. Down, 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 down. And he just turns on. Down, 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 down.
Like that globe.
Yeah.
Like at the start.
For dog. Mendoza. I'm telling you, that would blow my mind.
I'm going to be disappointed with Endgame now.
No matter what happens, it's going to be disappointing because nothing could top that.
No.
In just like flipping.
Oh man, like
But imagine, I know nothing could top that and it won't happen, but imagine now it actually did. It would be double whammy because you really wouldn't expect it.
You'd be like, what? It was real.
And imagine if you didn't know who Fat Dog Mendoza was and that happened.
Yeah, and everyone's like, what?
What is going on? And it just ends. Just with the theme tune playing through the credits.
Yeah.
And then the extra scene is just like old grandpappy Buddy still telling his story.
That's it.
It's actually just a sequel to the series.
Yeah.
Basically, they've been working on it. If you've seen all of Fat Dog Mendoza, you already probably know this. It's going to happen. Genius. Genius.
It's what a turn. What a turn. All this prep.
But yeah, the actual episode.
Very, very bizarre elements.
It is, yeah. I thought the last. I think from the chase onwards.
Yeah.
Was a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. It did slow down.
The middle was very. As soon as Brett came into it, I thought it really slowed down.
Yeah.
I could feel myself waning a bit.
Yeah.
A lot of the jokes sort of. There seemed to be a lot of gags and stuff that they were really lazy about. Like, you know, when he was on his bike.
Yeah.
And Fat Dog just pulled that string and broke it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I would just pull it here. And he was like, oh, do you know what I'd do? I'd just pull this. And you could tell they hadn't really thought about what they were showing you. Because it was just like a whistle that was under some strings.
Yeah.
There was just loads of bits like that where they'd written like, oh, it does something here.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to draw. So there was not really anything going on.
Yeah.
You just had to piece it together in your head like, oh, I suppose that's what you're doing.
Yeah, there was like a whole scene where like Fat Dog's like he's in like the garage or something, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he like unpacks this stuff and then like it like falls out later on or something, or he puts stuff back in. And like there was a whole bit where I just completely lost track of what was going on.
Going on, yeah.
And I was just like, what did that mean? Like, what was that scene all about? So I didn't really, there was definitely some blurry, murky nonsense.
You could tell they were I think it would have been a lot better if it was a 10-minute episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah, compact.
They should have done short episodes for it, rather than the full 20-25 minute.
Yeah.
Jobby.
But yeah, there was still bits in there that were funny. Like, like Grandpappy's stories were just
that photo did crap.
Yeah.
When they just that bit where he's talking about a sad part and he's like. Stop smiling. This is a sad part of the story. Kids these days, and then just carries on talking.
Anyway.
But yeah, he just was happy with that.
Yeah.
When they just stuck it to his glasses, like, I can see you clear as day now.
Yeah. It's like,
just really, that was quite funny. And like you say, when he was binning the dirty dishes,
that kept.
It was just like, oh yeah, that's. It's just like that's a problem solved. The Mongolian barbecue, like they kept referencing that. It had like all the things that sort of, it's like they were ticking boxes for the times.
Yeah,
but it didn't feel like something. It felt original.
Yeah,
still feels like I can see the elements it's taken from other things.
Yeah,
but again, I don't know how much of that is from its source material anyway. I suppose, but I mean, this episode didn't have all the other characters in, but I remember it having some weird. I mean, the sock guy at the end.
Yeah, that was.
He is a character that
comes back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, that was so weird.
Yeah, like that's such a weird ending to anything.
Yeah.
Like
it
guy
was like,
walks away into the sunset with 3 socks on.
And they were just happy with it.
Yeah, like okay, cool.
Yeah. The bus bit was really
that
good.
did make me laugh.
Yeah,
like,
just like every time they turn around, they're a seat forward, like we're gaining on him, Fat Dog. Just like why? And he's like, just like making some really stupid tropes sort of thing. Like, it was hit and miss, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was sort of the. Some bits were really good.
Yeah,
and I do wonder if we just picked a bad episode.
Yeah, could be the case.
Yeah.
Because it was very stagnant in the middle.
Yeah.
But it was. I think it's definitely like its premise on its own is I like the idea of it. Like I like the concept that it's just another bunch of weirdos superhero people.
Yeah.
And like dogs that own their owners.
It's just a weird world. It was like a topsy-turvy world.
Set of rules. Yeah.
And I think you do see more of that in the other episodes. They go to all sorts of different places and stuff, so you see more of the world.
And I really like the character design for Fat Dog because he's literally just a ball with a face and those tiny little stubby legs. And every time he walks, it's like funny because you hear like the patter of his legs, but it's just like such a lightweight sound for such a chunky little dog. Yeah, like he's just got some sort of weird like charm about him that you're just like, oh yeah, he seems like a good guy.
And the voicing's fairly good as well.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, we didn't know it was. Like, it feels like an American cartoon.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
it doesn't feel like. It doesn't feel like a British cartoon.
No.
Like a lot of the stuff, like I say, like Dennis and Menace and Gnasher is probably the best example of a British cartoon of the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like that at all.
No.
And it's just got a. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's the music.
Yeah.
But it does have a proper.
Yeah, I mean the environment's very Americanized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just got a weird atmosphere, hasn't it? A bit like Napoleon Dynamite or something like that. Like a strange backwater American world, but not too backwater. Yeah. At the same time. Yeah. Like somewhere in between, because it's still got the sort of the clean cul-de-sac that they live in. Yeah. Yeah. But that like ding 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 ding.
Yeah, sets you up for some sort of Americana, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but yeah, I don't think this probably wasn't the strongest episode that I've seen, but it was still had its moments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, should we let's do a bit of rating? Yeah. Okay, so here at Toon Jam we have a 3-point rating system that goes as follows: thumbs up, Mongolian barbecue, baby. Thumbs down, don't smile. This is a sad story. Yeah. Shaky middle, sock puppets. Yeah. What?
What does that mean?
So good, bad, on the fence.
Yeah.
Where do you sit on Fat Dog Mendoza? Forgotten Fat Dog.
Well, like I said, I like the look of it, the feel of it, the sound of it, the smell of it. Yeah, so there's some weird nonsense going on there. There are definitely bits that did make me laugh. Yeah. But I think this episode, as in its entirety, there was definitely a good 10 minutes you could probably take out of there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
if not more.
Yeah. So if it was a little tighter, it could be pretty excellent. Yeah. But as it was, it definitely dragged in the middle, where I was just like,
big time as well. Yeah. I was really bored.
But if they focused on the weirdness and just kind of took out that middle ground where it was a bit, I think it was just like the Brett stuff was kind of a very standard situation.
Yeah,
like it's been done before.
You've seen it so many times. Yeah. It was really boring.
What makes it good is that it's just like what's going on, like with all the bizarreness. Yeah. So because of that, it's going to have to be a shaky middle for me.
Shaky middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, it was a shame because there seemed to be so many things. I was looking forward to watching this. Yeah. And there seemed to be so many things that were good about it, but just didn't always pan out. And even some of the good bits, like with Grandpappy, that it was funny, but at the same time, some of it was like, "Can you shut up now?" Because like, we don't need to. We've seen it. The joke's been said.
That's it.
So I would say, probably a good 10-15 minutes of it was unnecessary and not very good. Yeah. And it makes me wonder: is it just a bad episode, or was it like this every episode? Because they're all that long.
That's it.
So it is a shaky middle from me also, just because there were those good elements, there were things that were funny, and there's a lot of potential in it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And it's a shame it wasn't really reached. But I think it could have been later on. There's a possibility. Yeah. And on that hope, it's got the shaky middle.
That's it. Wow.
So there you go. 2 shaky middles. A shaky week. What are your thoughts? Do you like Fat Dog Mendoza? Do you hate Fat Dog Mendoza? Do you even know him?
Huh? Who is he?
Are you going to go and watch him? Let us know your thoughts, and if there's any recommendations on shows you might like to hear us talk about. Yeah. Please let us know. Fat Dog. Do you reckon we'll ever see him again?
I don't know. I'd like to.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever see him again.
No.
If I'm honest.
No, I don't.
Even in
Avengers
comic book form. Wow, that's the last bastion of hope. So yeah, you've been listening to our episode on Avengers End War.
That's it.
Revealing the secrets. We should probably put a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
at
spoiler alert. Post
spoiler alert. We'll put it on the front.
Yeah.
End game spoiler alert, because you heard it here first.
That's it.
Definitely, you heard that here first.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere else is predicting it. But I'm going to go and put 100 quid on it.
Yeah, I'd say that's a wise choice. Yeah.
And I'll make a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
A lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So, let us know, like I was saying, on the 3 fatty boys of the internet. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @ToonJamPod. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to rate and review us. And otherwise, until next time, stay jammy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/ToonJamPod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'll be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.